Hey, Scott here from EdTech Pros, and I have an idea for you. Real quick idea on how we can use something current in education. And what that is today is, being a basketball fan myself, we have the 2012 Olympics coming up. And so hopefully you can use this as you get ready for the next school year. But for me, basketball, a lot of people are talking about this year's so-called dream team, the 2012 Olympics basketball team, and they're kind of looking, is this team as good or even better than the team in 1992 called the real Dream Team? You know, even Kobe Bryant said that he thinks he could take Michael Jordan and maybe the team is better. So it's bringing a lot of information. You know, it's a lot of debates being brought up about this, and I'm doing this in July, so we don't know if the team has won the gold. But if this year's basketball team wins the gold, which it looks like they might, then there's going to be some debate as to whether this team is better or worse than the Dream Team with LeBron and Wade and Kobe and all of that versus the Magic Michael and Larry. But how can we use this in education? So one real quick idea is, there's a salary cap in basketball. So there's a specific amount of money you can spend on each player. And I was thinking, it'd be really cool to have students do some problems where they figure out, first off, how much if you put the Dream Team together, we'll call it the 2012 team. I don't want to call it the Dream Team. I still think the 92 team might be a little bit better. But let's just say this current Olympic team, if you constructed it as an NBA team, how far over the cap would it be? And then from there you can ask all kinds of great questions like, how much over the cap are they? How can we get them under the cap? Who's making the most money? And which players maybe offer the best ability to, the best bang for your buck, so to speak? Who's giving you the most points, the least amount of money? And then you could say, all right, I want you to go out home tonight, do some research, and I want you to bring back a team that is under the salary cap using the same players, but you only lose 30% of your scoring, or maybe you only lose 40% of your rebounding. Or I want you to have 6 players that's under the salary cap that's going to give us the best chance to win, and whether that's scoring, points, assists, or maybe any other metrics you want to use. So I think there's a lot of ways we can use the information we have in the NBA to link that into what we see going on in the real world with the Olympics. So a couple ideas there. Now let me show you the websites you can use to help you and your students research this, and then you should be ready to rock and roll with a cool lesson on using the 2012 Olympic team and kind of that dream team debate in your class. So here's the first site you're going to need, and all 3 of these sites are listed on the post at edtechpros.com. The first thing here is this is our USA basketball team. This is the team that's going to the Olympics this year in London, and we can see the whole roster right here. And I would double check this every time because with injuries, this roster has changed quite a bit. So let's look at Carmelo Anthony. Now, the next piece we need to know is we need to know more about the NBA salary cap. So right here is a link that is, again, on our site. It's a Wikipedia post about the NBA salary cap. And you can find out all about what the salary cap is, how big it is, and there's all kinds of exemptions. A mid-level exemption, a biannual exemption, a rookie exemption. So we can go back to this roster and look at, a player like Anthony Davis, who's a rookie, so he's going to get an exemption. So we could take that money out. So there really is a lot of nuances to the NBA salary cap. And the last piece of information that you need is what players are currently being paid. And so if you go to this site right here, which is Hoops Hype, we can see the top salaries, the team payrolls. But if I click on a team, so let's go back and look at Carmelo Anthony. If I go here and I go to the New York Knicks, I can see Carmelo Anthony's salary right here. And I can see that he's paid, this coming year, he'll be making $19.4 million, which we call not bad in the basketball game. That's not a bad little chunk of change. We can see what he's making in 2013, and we can see what he's making here. So right here you have all the information you need to have your students work with the Olympic team and the salary cap. And from there, really, the possibilities are endless. So you have the roster, you have the salaries, and you have the information on the salary cap. This should be a great way for you to use current events in your classroom. Stay tuned to EdTech Pros for many more ideas just like this. Until next time, blue skies and green lights.